Hey, what's going on, guys? Team 3D on deck. Just got off work, and then went to the gym afterwards. Had to work. I was pretty much I worked for 12 hours, working class. Anyway, went to the gym before they closed. Came home, washed up, cleaned some dishes, ate some food, and now I'm about to make a few videos before I go to bed to repeat the cycle tomorrow. I'm trying my best to try to make videos every night now. Like I said, my inbox is backed up, and I just don't have time. But anyway, I try to make at least 1 or 3 videos a night. So let's see. This guy here, this is an off-topic question. Normally, if you have off-topic questions that don't relate to bodybuilding, I suggest to send me that on the Wisdom channel. This way I could, because the Wisdom channel, I could just talk about anything. The bodybuilding channel, I try to focus on just bodybuilding and nutrition and stuff like that. But guess I'll answer that just in case somebody else has that same problem. Uh, he says, I'm not gonna mention his name for privacy purposes. How's it going? Just wanted to thank you for the videos that helped me get my life back on track. Planning my days out really keeps me focused. I had a question for you though. I have a hard time talking to people. I truly want to talk and connect with them, but I don't know how. I only feel comfortable around certain people, and certain group of people join us. I get usually quiet and anxious. I feel like what I'm gonna say is stupid, blah blah. Anyway, pretty much this guy has problems talking with people, communication problems. And I don't worry about it. The reason why I'm gonna answer this video is because that happens to a lot of people. You're not the only one. And the answer is always simple. You know me, I'll always find the simplest way to solve a problem. It might not be the only way, but it's the simplest way. I had that problem too because when I first came to the United States, like I said, I was only 11 years old and I didn't speak English. I only spoke French, so it was very hard for me to get into conversations because I would either get laughed at because of my accent, and or just because of the fact that I just didn't know anything. People would say stuff to me in English, and I just go, yes, no, just trying to like go with the flow to make sure if it should be a yes or no. And I was really, really nervous when it came to talking, and I realized the best way to fix that is to simply uh, it goes on the line of being yourself thing. Tell people exactly what's in your mind. What do I mean by that? For example, look at your problem. You have a hard time starting a conversation. Why? Because you're trying to find the right thing to say. And the moment you think or you plan something to say, you're not being yourself. You're acting, and the feedback that you get is you're not gonna be able to flow into the conversation because conversations flow, right? Like a river. Conversation just flows. Somebody say something, you respond. If you don't have nothing to say, you just don't say anything. It's the same thing with talking to girls. A lot of people say, "What should I say? What should I say?" The secret is so simple because when I discovered that my whole dating life changed. Be yourself, meaning if you have nothing to say, simply tell the girl I have nothing to say. This is only like with example involving girls, but it applies to everybody. If I'm talking to someone and I run out of things to say, I literally tell them, hey, I run out of things to say, and 90% of the time we end up laughing, whether it's a girl or a guy. If I'm thinking of something, I go, hey, guess what? Don't be afraid to say what's in your mind. For example, you say that you're afraid to start conversations because you think that what you're gonna say is gonna be stupid. That right there is grounds for a conversation. Tell the person, hey, guess what? They're like, what? You tell them I have this problem where when I try to talk to people, and you can tell them, hey, don't call me weird on this, or, fuck you if you do, but I have this problem where I find it hard to start conversations. What would you do if you were in my situation? That right there is you starting a conversation because now the person is gonna see humans like to help. So when you put yourself in a situation where you're asking for help, people would not make fun of you. Most people won't make fun of you. They'll actually feel like they're on the pedestal now to give you advice, and they'll go on serious mode and they actually give you their opinions. If you go to a bar, you don't know what to say, go up to a group of people, introduce yourself. Hi, my name is da da da. And if it's awkward, tell them I know this is pretty awkward, but blah blah blah. This is my name, and I have this little issue. Did any of you go through this? At first, I might look at you like, what's this guy talking about? Da, da, da. But push it, be yourself. People like someone who's not afraid to show his fear. That's what confidence is. People say, oh, you want to talk to a girl, you got to be confident. What do you think confidence is? Confidence is not knowing what to say, saying bold things. No, confidence is simply a man who's not afraid to show his weaknesses. Confidence is not showing your strengths. That's too easy. You're not confident when you can show your strengths. You're confident when you have weaknesses and you don't mind showing them. You're confident when you have a sloppy belly and you don't mind taking your shirt off. It's pretty stupid, but it's very confident. Believe it or not, when someone displays confidence, which I call the ability to show your weaknesses without regret or without shame, when you display that, you will attract people. Don't be afraid to go to people and tell them your problem. Literally, if you don't know what to say, tell them, hey, I don't know what to say. Like, if you're in my situation, tell the person, if you're in my situation and you wanted to start a conversation with someone, what would you say? And you'd be amazed, they'll answer you. They'll probably look at you funny, but they'll answer you, and it'll be grounds to build on the conversation. Try that. You don't have to look for therapy or all that crazy shit. Just go out there and be yourself. Meaning, if you're scared, tell people you're scared. Don't try to pretend. Don't try to act confident or act cocky. Or, nah, no acting. Yo, I don't see that as a weakness. I just see that as, you mentioned later on that it happened because you're trying to blame it on, little things, the stress and da da da. You said your baby girl was born and things like that, smoking weed. All these are grounds for conversation, right? Go up to them and tell them, hey, ever since my baby girl was born, I had this issue. How do you guys relate? One of the best ways to start a conversation is to show your problems to people and see what kind of feedback they can give you. Next thing you know, you're in the middle of a conversation and you won't even know it. But anyway, hope that answers your question. That's the best way. That's how I got over my anxiety of like, uh, when I didn't speak English. I literally told people like, I don't speak English. Help me. My accent. And believe it or not, I made tons of friends doing that. Going up to people and telling them, what does that mean? How do I say this? How do I say that? They start off laughing at you, but then you become their close friends after a while because you put them in a place of authority where they get to teach you, and people love that. But anyway, hope that helps. Team 3D.